Welcome back to another episode of Casey Campbell's Videocast. Of course, Casey Campbell here with Great Lakes Post, and we are now joined by Tanner Gray, the driver of the number 15 DGR Crosley Ford F-150 for of course, the NASCAR Gander Outdoor and RV Truck Series, coming off two top three finishes in the last two races at Bristol and then on Friday at Las Vegas. Hey, Tanner, how are you, bud?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Of course, let's talk about that Vegas finish. Of course, you've done very well at that racetrack. Of course, you returned there. You got an 8th place finish back in, I think, February, and then you got a 3rd place finish last week. What makes that track so good for you?
I don't know. For whatever reason, we've just been able to unload off the trailer pretty close, I feel like. The first race there earlier this year, I feel like we were really good and probably should have ran top 5 again. But kind of made the wrong call for him to loosen up the car on the last stop and ended up being too loose at the end of the race. So we kind of learned from that and knew what not to do going back this time. And, luckily we were able to start a little bit better than mid-pack. And, obviously track position is pretty big in the truck series. So that seemed to help. And we're able to get in the top 10 fairly quick. And when you can race inside the top 10 all night, it just gives you more opportunities on pit road and everything else. So, it was just a combination of unloading good and putting ourselves in a better situation early on in the race. And we were able to make good adjustments on all of our pit stops and get the truck closer to where we felt like we needed to be at the end of the race. And ended up being pretty good.
I know that this the last 8 races has been pretty good for your team. I know the season did not start off as well as you wanted it to, but what's been the biggest change momentum with this team?
Like I said, I feel like obviously unloading closer helps. I'm new to the truck series, and Shane Wilson, my crew chief, he's been crew chief in a long time, but he hasn't been crew chief in the truck series for a while. Like, I think the last truck he crew chief was Bren Gone. I don't know exactly how long ago, but probably 8 to 10 years ago. So it's been a little bit for him, and he's been doing, Xfinity cars since then. So, it took him a minute to get back adjusted to where we needed to be and how, the race has trended and, all the little things that come along with it. So, just a combination of that. Me and him are starting to work better together. All the guys back at the shop here are working really hard, and they've been working really hard all year. Just, I feel like everything's starting to come together now, and everybody's starting to gel a little bit better, and things are just seeming to come not easier, but maybe a little bit smoother than what it was at the beginning of the year. I feel like everybody's kind of in their rhythm and just doing their thing. So obviously that helps, and like I said earlier, the experience that I've been able to gain in the, first part of the season has paid off a lot, I feel like. I feel like I'm finally starting to understand, the way these races go and, the positions that I need to be in throughout the race. So, just a combination of all that, I feel like has really helped us.
Getting more comfortable in this truck, and because I know you were in an ARCA car, and then the year before that you were racing in a completely different series in a Pro Stock car. But are you feeling more comfortable getting in this truck for DGR?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the more races we run, the more things seem to come naturally. I don't necessarily feel so far out of my element like I did at the beginning of the year. That always helps, but especially the places that I've already been to, going back to these places for a second time this year seems to have really been good for us and seemed to help me. So, all in all, it's been good.
We're going to Talladega this weekend. We all know what that track can do. It's crazy. It's wild. You never know what could happen. How excited are you to go back to a super speedway? Of course, we haven't been on a super speedway since Daytona for the truck series, but can you really take any experiences that you had at Daytona and apply them to Talladega?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. Obviously they're different racetracks, but it's still the same style of racing. So, I feel like, we can take what we learned from Daytona and apply it to Talladega and be okay. The guys back at the fab shop have been working hard, and I feel like they've gotten our trucks better. So that'll be good to go and see the difference between Daytona and Talladega. And luckily I got to run the ARCA race at Talladega too, like middle of this year sometime. So I feel like that'll be a good help. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. I enjoyed Daytona a lot, and I feel like I've learned a lot since then. So I feel like Talladega should be even better yet. So hopefully, as long as I do my job and everything goes the way we need it to, then we'll be all right.
So you look at Talladega and that racetrack. I know he's not really your teammate, but well, kind of he is. Todd Gilliland is working his way to try to get a win in there. Have you talked to Todd about possibly working together to get up to the front?
No, not at this point. Todd kind of does his deal and I do my deal. We don't really get too involved with anything like that. I mean, I'm definitely not against it if that's what it took, but I'm going out there and racing for myself, and he's racing for himself. So, he kind of does his own deal, and I do mine.
How about and your younger brother's really doing pretty well. Of course, Taylor running in the ARCA Menard series for some races. How impressed are you with how he's running?
Yeah, he's done a really good job. I feel like obviously like anything else, there's definitely some room for improvement, but he's done really good and better than what I feel like anybody could ask for out of a 15-year-old that doesn't have a lot of experience in stock cars. So he's doing really good, and really proud of him, and hopefully they can get a win before the year ends. But I feel like he's done a really good job. So really proud of him.
All right. Tanner Gray, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us. Good luck this weekend at Talladega, and we'll talk to you maybe later in the year.
All right. Thank you, man.